Russia's war plan now can only be described as scorched earth, obliterating a market in Kharkiv and bombing now every day apartment buildings in Kyiv. On the edge of Kyiv this morning in a hospital in Brovary, Katerina, who sold yogurt and milk at the market, says she came out of her basement for a moment to wash the blankets when a missile exploded. It blew off her leg and sent shrapnel through her back, piercing her lung. Before I had a house and a job. Now I'm disabled and have no home. And why? For what? She asked, and began to curse Russia. But one city is bearing the brunt of Russia's pitiless assault: Mariupol in the south. Many of the images from a hospital here are too graphic to broadcast. But one medic's account from a Ukrainian news outlet paints a mental picture of the horror. Every shelling means torn apart hands and legs and entrails falling from bodies. It is unpleasant to hear about this, but you have to listen, she says. Now we cannot bury the bodies. We can't get people with wounds and broken bones out of their houses because they're trapped in basements. And appeals to avoid killing civilians have been useless. New satellite images show Mariupol's main theater. In front and in back are signs in Russian that read children. They're large enough to be visible from the air. Ukraine's government said hundreds of people were sheltering inside. Russia struck the theater anyway, claiming it was a military headquarters. It's unclear how many may have been killed or injured. Russia may be bombing Mariupol with particular ferocity because it wants to keep it in an eventual settlement. The city could give Russia a strategic land bridge to Crimea, but Russia is destroying the very prize it seeks to own. And Ukrainian troops aren't taking this lying down. The New York Times, citing American intelligence estimates, reporting Ukrainian forces have killed around 7,000 Russians so far, more than the U.S. lost in Afghanistan and Iraq combined. But President Vladimir Putin may be willing to lose many more. In an angry-sounding speech, he framed the war as an existential fight for Russia's survival. He accused the Ukrainian government, calling them Nazis, of working with the United States to develop nuclear and biological weapons, including COVID. He said Russia had no choice but to strike first. Ukrainian officials say the shelter under that theater in Mariupol appears to be intact and not destroyed. And as they are clearing debris away, they say that survivors have been emerging. Hoda?
Oh, what a blessing that is to hear, Richard, at the end of that story. Richard Engel for us there. Thank you so much.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.